and activities of medical laboratory practitioners are yet to be fully monitored and checked to meet regulatory standards, regulatory requirements and international standards. The Allied Health Professionals Council, a new regulatory body, lacks the required resources to function. The situation has led to practitioners compromising on international standards. A report again by Nina Kusi NG.
Measles virus transmits large aerosol droplets from person to person with an incubation of 10 to 12 days. Its clinical symptoms are low-grade.
Medical laboratories perform a variety of complex chemical, biological, hematological, and immunologic on a routine basis. Performing these tasks efficiently and accurately require a wide range of equipment. Over the last few years, the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital has been one of the few in the country equipped with ultra-modern state-of-the-art laboratory facilities. It is preparing feverishly to be accredited with international standards accreditation of ISO 15189. Some of the equipment here at the Korle Bu Central Laboratory even have backups should the main one break down. It has the highest number of top-notch laboratory scientists, technicians and assistants in the country. The Rich Hospital also stands out. A few private hospitals visited are also equipped. However, many substandard laboratories and ultrasound facilities have sprung up within a relatively short period countrywide, with some churning out non-factual results which could be detrimental to the health of clients. The Allied Health Professions Task Force, inaugurated by the Ministry of Health to check the menace of quackery posed by these facilities, until last year was operating with a ministerial fiat, hence their inability to check these institutions. The last sitting of Parliament in December 2012 saw the enactment of the Health Professions Regulatory Bodies Bill passed. Up until now, not much has been done since the Council is not adequately resourced to carry out its full responsibilities to safeguard the safety of the public as required.
About 3 years back, the then Minister of Health, Honorable Electre, took it up and was the minister that laid the bill in Parliament. And then while the bill was laid in Parliament, he set up a body called Allied Health Professions Task Force. As a task, because we didn't have a law, so we have to operate as a task force, a regulatory task force. Okay, so that is the body set up that is operating right now in the office in Korle Bu. With the act now being passed into law, it is the same body that has now been transformed into a council now, awaiting appropriate structures to begin full enforcement of the requirement of operation of laboratories in Ghana.
According to a biomedical scientist of the Korle Bu Central Lab, Michael Amewunye, majority of Ghanaians are not aware of the dangers a false lab results can cause them. Unreliable reports are therefore very costly to both the patient and the country.
Where we do not have a vigorous system to check the operations of what everybody is doing, you cannot therefore vouch for the activities of everybody. So here we had complaints that laboratories all over the place give misleading results. A lot of people that operate laboratories do not use the right caliber of people.
Currently, there are about 184 private laboratories scattered nationwide and registered with the association. This figure constitutes only about half the number in private operation, whereas public laboratories are as many as there are health centers, clinics and hospitals in the country. This means that the lab you go to when you are ill is very important. So for how long would these laboratories function without proper assessment and accreditation? Since there are no strict rules governing these institutions, where does an aggrieved person go to seek redress should the unexpected happen?
And joining us on the phone line is Michael Amewunye. Very good afternoon to you, sir. He's a biomedical scientist. Good afternoon to you, sir.
Good afternoon, madam. How are you?
I'm very well. Getting to the tail end of the story, the question that was posed by the reporter, I want to put that very question to you. So for how long can we wait before we get the legislation, we get the policies to check activities of those who operate the laboratories?
Yes, I think the most important aspect of the requirement has been laid, the law being passed now. The administrative structures, operational structures that needed to be put in place. I believe the ministry is doing a lot of work in getting us off the ground to be able to check this thing. Well, now that the law is passed, we need to go for the operational instruments that operate the law, the legislative instruments that details every aspect of the law for us to be able to do. I think that's the next stage that the ministry will have to take us through. So the full enforcement can actually start. It all depends on how fast the ministry acts in getting the body to get us moving.
Okay, so let's say we get the law passed, the legislative instruments. What would happen? Are we going to go around and look at the state of the laboratories in Ghana, and what will be different?
Yes, what will be different is that there are basic requirements that a laboratory must have in order to operate. As you saw in the Kwalebu.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so what we're trying to say is that for now we are already on the ground. There are few challenges that we have made the ministry aware of. Once those things are taken care of, we should be in full force, be able to clamp down on the activities of these substandard laboratories in the country.
Very well. If you say you are on the ground, what exactly are you doing? Are you measuring? Because I know laboratories are supposed to be calibrated. Is that what we are checking? What is it that we're looking for?
Yes, the first thing we have done towards that is licensing the qualified people. So far, the council has been able to review the first application, and those who are suitably qualified, they have been approved. Their licenses are ready for picking. Now that is the first stage. But earlier to that, we already started the monitoring of the schools, the interns. There is an ongoing program where we are starting from the newly trained professional that has just come out from the university, starting their internship. That's where we started from. Now we move to licensing those in practice. There are quite a number that are not properly qualified that we make provision with the ministry, the employer, to be able to upgrade them. But indeed, the council has already produced its first batch of licenses to the qualified people that should be able to operate. Now it is left with the employers to now demand the licensing from laboratory practitioners before they employ.
Does the consumer?
Then we will be able to be helping the council do their work. So if there's an employer, both at the ministry and in private, that wants to employ a laboratory practitioner, it is important to demand for his license. Then with that, we can begin to solve the problem.
Very well. All right. Thank you very much. And that's a biomedical scientist, Michael Amewonyi, sharing his thoughts on the state of laboratories in Ghana. And a lot of them do not meet the international standard. In fact, there's nothing guarding their operations. So be very cautious where you go.